Welcome to the Record Night Podcast. I'm Colin, joined by Jake, Joe, and Kyle. Record Night is a podcast where we listen to vinyl records in their entirety and then attempt to have a discussion about it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoy.
Every one of my records means something. The label, the producer, the year it was made.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
All right, so we've, it's still early in the show, but we've got a guest this week. Friend of the show, Max Pearson, is here. So,
Hey.
Hello.
very exciting.
He's a good man.
So,
We're actually just entertaining Colin's imaginary friend.
well, he is affectionately known as my friend Max. So, that's an old Tim nickname. But so we're gonna go with Max's record this week. So for Demons and Wizards, it's been a week.
Yeah.
You know,
Solid.
what'd you think?
I loved it.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed
It was, I liked it much better than the last one you brought.
Oh,
Insomnium.
Insomnium. For the vocal. That's what I was missing from Insomnium. It was, I really liked it. And it had, I just loved all the storytelling in it. It was all great. I loved every second of it.
Well, that's very exciting. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. There are more to come.
It's fun for me, like editing it. I get to basically listen through afterwards because when I'll edit it down to the chorus. So I'm just trying to think. Once it's Fiddler on the Green again. Love that song. Path of Glory. I really love Path of Glory. It was cool. That was like a more traditional. Do you remember that? Remember you were calling it like a bluesy. Like it was more traditional rock song compared to the other shit they were doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited for the record this week because although we have listened to a few, it's been a while since we've had. I'm still gonna, even though there's no camera, I'm still gonna do like I'm a late night show host. Hold up the record. We've got Childish Gambino. It's been a while since we've had.
Yes.
I don't really know anything about Childish Gambino. He's a rapper.
He's a super multi-talented guy. He's done.
Yeah, I know he's an actor in that.
Yeah, acting, great music, which, like you, I don't really know much about his music. I don't really know much about. I think I've seen a couple stand-up skits, but from a lot of people who I talk to about him, just always tell me how just all-around talented he is.
So Donald Glover is his real name, I think.
Yeah. Essentially, it's just sketch actor to stand-up comedian, then to rapper, then to movie actor, then to R&B artist.
Oh yeah.
And now he's doing more stuff
Redbone.
in R&B, and now he's getting Emmys for the show Atlanta. That he's just creating more and more different things, and it seems he tries to test himself with everything. He doesn't just stay, because I think that this was his best rap album, and then he has never done another rap album since.
What's the name of the album?
Because the Internet is the name of the album. The one previous to this was Camp. He had other EPs, but Camp is solid. It's got a lot of good beats and everything to it. Well produced. But I like this one. It has a lot of good tunes on it. And probably my favorite rap song in the last decade, I have to say, which I will say once we listen to it and everything else.
Okay, fair enough. Kyle, do you recall how many tracks were on the Demons and Wizards record last week?
14.
Okay, so this is interesting. I checked out the runtime, so there's a total of 19 tracks on this Childish Gambino record, but it's about the same amount of time as the Demons and Wizards. So there's a lot of short interludes and shit.
There's skits and interludes in there.
Break out this, because the vinyl is really cool. He did a whole, we were talking about Atmosphere a little bit last week, kind of the cool shit they did with their record, but this is intense, kind of what he's doing.
Yeah, Jake,
I'll hand you the physical record, but with his book that he has in it, it is not like a lyric book. What it is a script, essentially, and it tells you to play the record on a certain point, and then read the script, get to a song, listen to the whole song, then continue on with the script. So it's basically lifting up and back and forth
That's really cool. Have you done that?
No, I don't have a record player. I mean, I could do it with the CD or asking my Alexa or something like that. Which, obviously I could do that.
Okay, so. All right.
It'd be cool just to do it one night, see what it is.
Let's see.
If it's not good, then
So-
you stop reading.
Childish Gambino channeling his Tool. Really, no distinguishing features on the records to indicate what side or anything or any of the songs.
That's hilarious. To just straight up not show you. Hold on, let's see.
It's happened before on the podcast.
I mean, I could tell you right away when the songs start playing.
Yeah.
If you want to do nice little edit points there.
Yeah.
I don't know if this would be a good time to edit out when we have the wrong side on.
All right, but so a little bit more about the record first. So what year was this? Do you know?
It's on the front. I believe it'd be 2012 without looking,
Sounds about right.
but I don't know for sure. Does not say there. Let's check.
I think that's about. I looked it up before. I think that's about correct.
Yeah, I was at Tri-C at the time, so it's either 2012 or 2013.
So
You're
do you
right
remember
on the
like when
money.
it came out and everything? Do you remember like when it came out? Like you were into it at the time?
Yeah, no. The first single off of it really was, well, at least to my knowledge, because it's more poppy, is 3005, which you'll hear. I think it's deeper into the record, but it's a poppier song that definitely got a lot more radio play. And I knew his original stuff like from Camp, like Bonfire, Freaks and Geeks, which Freaks and Geeks might not have been on Camp. It might have been on another EP. But either way, I heard those songs, then knew he was coming out with something else. And then I was like, all right, here we go. This is probably, going to be solid. And then it turned out pretty great, in my opinion.
Cool album artwork, really interesting stuff, kind of psychedelic.
90s vibes.
Whoa! I got the download code
Yeah, the
spilled
digital
out on me.
download code spilled on your crotch.
So I'm gonna read it right here in the podcast. No, Kyle, do you have any familiarity with Donald Glover / Childish Gambino?
Absolutely not. I'm looking forward to this. The
Yeah.
name sounds familiar, but I don't know if it's because of.
Yeah, he was on the show Community. If you ever watched the show Community, and then he was, I say he was on Atlanta. He's been in a couple movies, but he's never really been a star of one. He was in The Martian. He was pretty prominent in that movie.
With
Matthew Damon.
was Donald Glover the Martian?
No. He was just a guy who knew the trajectory of space, I guess. Would be the right way to term that one.
All right, so let's fire this up and see if we got the right side first.
Nope, wrong side. Flip it.
Okay.
You're on side B. Now we should be good.
My girl ain't bad, she more like evil. When I lookin' in the mirror, how flies this Negro? She on Hollywood and Vine, thinking that she Hollywood on Vine, making movies with her friends all the time, showing off her ass, that's a network. But I saw through it like a wet shirt. Drive slow cause your might swerve off it. Still heat and I ain't so saucy. Switch rooms in my roommate's coffee and got more likes than a white girl talking. More hits than a fight comp when they fight cops. Didn't stop when I heard shots. Watch a dude drop from a Glock. Got a let me flash on him. We all big brother now. Lil' sis, let him run around. Money talking, you not a sound. Brrr, money counter, brrr, AK, brrr, cell phone, brrr, hello? Had a clipper scheme on the court side. Watch a nigga shoot like a 4-5. They mad at me too, I got more fight. Why these bitches see you? Go home ride. Go home ride. See it's a mirror in my bed, I'm a smart guy. I ain't fucking with you niggas like a part-time. Hit some artists, check my archive. I'm something so immaculate instead of asking what's happening. Rather blast a Jackson 5 in the back of an Acura, acting blacker than a Bernie Mac, 2 Charlie Murphys and Akon. The girls that you brought, man, where they from? Where they from? We were playing PlayStation. Why you standing there? Say song, girl, say song. No, this ain't a vacation. This is my house, my house. So you need to
Yeah,
That was
a good
really
one.
cool.
I would agree.
Tuesday afternoon. I ain't got shit to do but fall in love with you. Tuesday afternoon.
I thought the record.
Cool.
That's a good thing I've heard this song before. That's the end of it.
Interesting. Is there any context to Shadows? Is there?
Not that I know of. There've probably been like an interview or something, but I haven't looked too deep into it. What's context do you think in it?
I don't know. It was just very interesting. It seemed, I mean, the title and the background noise, kind of with the foreground. There was a lot of chatter. It seemed very clustered. It was interesting. There seemed to be a very strong flow to it. Like you understood that it was purposeful, but it was also like throwing all these random items in there, or seemingly random. I was interested. I was curious about the context.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure with it. There's probably something to it, especially in the middle of the song. You know, it's got the jazzy, upbeat feel and everything,
Yeah,
and,
sure.
then the record skips, not literally, but turns into that real melodrama type.
It's very interesting.
The last one. So that was Shadows.
That was Shadows, yeah.
Very chaotic at the end of the song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Kyle's talking about.
yeah.
A little bit.
I'm just. It's been a while since we listened to a rap album. I'm just reminded of how much more creative this type of music is. Like they've got a lot of room to be, really, do some
Yeah,
different
it's not
things.
just stuck with like guitar, bass, whatever. It's
Right.
You can bring whatever you want in the studio.
Windshield wipers.
Windshield wipers. You can bring in guitar, like which one of the ones ended with the guitar? I forgot. I think it was
Sick guitar. Worst guys. The worst guys.
those guys. Yeah.
The using audio from like. I don't know what it's from, like, but during Worldstar,
Yeah,
like there was clearly like ripped audio from
From other
videos and stuff.
that are such like Worldstar. I know Worldstar definitely has like a big message to it. Essentially,
Yeah.
It's just like
Oh yeah.
the
Well-
popularity people are trying to get with it. Like the line where he's bragging that I put shrooms in my roommate's coffee, got more likes than a white girl talking.
Yep.
Because it's better to do something crazy like that than just some girl talking about like her day or something like that.
Okay, so Worldstar, I understand it to be like fights and shit that
Yeah.
you can watch
Crazy
essentially.
stuff. Crazy stuff.
And
Okay.
some artists
I mean, they-
release hip hop music on it.
I mean,
Okay.
there was one thing in it where like a firework went off and hit a dude, and you heard like that, and then you heard the Worldstar from whatever ripped audio he did. Yeah, that I would say of all them, I haven't listened to like fully. I like that one. That's probably the most songs I listen to the most when I'm like driving.
Okay.
Like in a row of what's on a side. I really enjoy Crawl and Worst Guys. I enjoy all those songs for the most part in some way, shape. Obviously, they're not all like the same, but there's definitely a lot of ones I enjoy. I don't know if you guys have any other comments to talk about any of the songs.
The background noise or the background like sound bites for all of it was really cool. I'm like Worst Guys when you were listening to it, like when the background was cars, sirens, horns, things like that, and then it was birds and children playing and things like that. So it was like,
Yeah.
and then when you windshield like driving, and that's just like just commute home. Like, I don't know.
They I'm trying to think. There was one other. Oh, and Worst Guys, it's funny. It's featuring Chance the Rapper, which I know I've brought like privately. but he's only singing All She Needed Was Him. So he's got like Grammy-nominated or Grammy-winning Rapper of the Year. And the only thing he's doing in the entire song is saying one line over and over and over again.
It's a pretty payday for a
that's got to be pretty nice.
Yeah, he has no verse or anything on it.
It's just him saying, if you look on YouTube, that's like everyone's #1 comment. It's just like, imagine getting Chance the Rapper to feature on your song and you have him sing one line.
And repeat it.
That's about it.
We actually don't need to say it once. We're just going to keep...
Yeah, just keep looping it probably. And also with Childish Gambino, you'll notice a lot of his songs, you could definitely tell has a lot of pop culture references in every track.
Sure.
Every track, Double Dare You Like Mark Summers.
Yeah, I wrote that one down.
That was a good one.
Tina and Tamara in My Bed, I'm a Smart Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. That was a good one.
And, yeah, a lot of it's there.
Couple Spider-Man references there in a couple of songs.
He's got a couple Spider-Man references.
I liked it as it got further toward the end of the A side. It had more of that jazzy feel. Like the first couple songs were like real trap drum kind of sounding, sort of stuff. Which it was good, but I feel like the jazz influence is a little bit more unique, more Anderson .Paak kind of.
Yeah, there you go, Colin.
All right, let's keep this thing rolling.
Power 106. Girl, yeah, feel these. Got some brand new music. I need you to turn it up and let me know what you think. It's Lloyd called Oakland on Power 106.
I took off my 9 to 5, but you still don't have the time to kiss me. Just hit me. And if I left you all alone, would you still pick up the phone? It's iffy. You miss me. I got furniture to move, and we'll both be 30 soon in Oakland. In Oakland.
Oh. I know this song.
Are you eating though? Breakfast, lunch, and dinners for beginners. You ain't even know. Never catching cases. Why they faces look so emo? Watch a hater hate me, wanna play me like a piano. My architect, no Japanese. No girl, she Japanese. No hands like Socrates. Young fuck boys like Socrates. You niggas ain't copping these. Niggas ain't looking like me. And I ain't checking ID now, but I bounce with no problem. Tell a problem. Don't be mad, cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Better than you doing you. Fuck you with you. Different color my passport. Instagram my stack load. Hashtag my day wear. Your girl drank my daycare. And I'm born rich. Life ain't fair. Silver spoon, cool. Ain't nobody sicker. And my Fisker. Ain't nobody. Fiskers don't make noise when they start up. Just so you know. No matter what you say or what you do, when I'm alone, I'd rather be with you. Fuck these other niggas, I'll be right by your side. 2005,
Thanks.
Thought I was done, but that wasn't the case. Got a new stack that I threw in your face. Got a new girl and she looked me like Kunis Infinity Pool in a statue that's Buddhist. Got bottles and bottles and bottles of Greeno. Saw I was rich, now they fucking with Vino. Proud of the back of vacation Messina. The boat in the harbor, I rule the marina. 10K for the drinks, now they saying the same. It's been that for a minute now. Have some I've been black lucrative since Vanity Kane. Who came back for a minute now. Everything changed high as a kite. Lineman like y'all niggas might whine every night. I invite all these people to my motherfucking house. Get the fuck out of my house.
That was cool.
Interesting. There's a
That was more
diverse.
Yeah, that second side
Song
was
to
more
song.
like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a synonym for like testing stuff out, like experimental. I think in the second side more so, but at the same time he got into his kind of cut a lot more in this on the second side, like got into his flows, which I always like when he gets into his because he can rhyme. He can rhyme.
Yeah.
He's no slouch for sure.
Sweatpants in 3005 were...
Yeah.
I love Sweatpants.
Yeah,
fantastic.
those are two of the better songs on the album.
Sweatpants is the song I was talking about.
Okay.
At the
Okay.
beginning.
Yep.
That is.
That's the I wrote down. I think it's favorite. I'm not sure yet. But I think
that is my
started.
that is my favorite rap song. That's,
that's
one
fantastic.
that I don't have to listen to it to know every lyric. Like I know it by heart. I've listened to it a lot in my car and just in general, and it's It's just so good because it's him rapping as if he was a spoiled rich kid and bragging about how like dope and awesome he is and just everything about it I like. And then 3005 is the radio play song I was talking about before. That was on the radio a lot more.
But it's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Sweatpants in general, like the sound of it, like instantly I was like, yeah, this sounds like Sweatpants. Like that's just like got in my mind immediately.
What, like the low bassy doom doom.
Yeah, and it was just like just fucking kick it, man.
Yeah.
So the song right before that, Telegraph Ave, where he's talking about Oakland.
Yes.
Like, what do you have any thoughts on that one? It's kind of like it seemed like he was talking about like settling down, sort of, right? Like, it kind of, I don't know at all, but it kind of reminded me of Folding Clothes.
Oh, interesting.
By J. Cole.
Yeah.
I need to look at the lyrics again.
Do you like that song?
I'd have to hear it again. Okay. But I mean the idea of it, you know.
Not a fan.
No, not a fan. I'm sure there's a million references I'm missing throughout this, but during Sweatpants, the Socrates line.
Oh yeah,
about
that tickled me.
Fucking boys or whatever.
That tickled me. Yeah, I did there.
No, there's a lot in both that and 3005. Both have a lot of both have a ton of references. That like I said, that's majority of his music. I haven't listened to The Party a lot because it is just one. It's essentially one verse. Now I do like the how produced it is and everything and the interlude into it. Mm. But it's just one verse, so I don't listen to it a lot. So it was interesting because I read along with the lyrics with you because I haven't really sat down and really listened to it. But it also just funny how.
Shout out to Genius.
Yeah.
For the lyrics here.
Genius.com with the.
Our sponsor today, Genius.com.
Genius.
And Dos Equis.
And Dos Equis.
So there is a Telegraph Avenue in Oakland, California.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And it does have some significant history. It's on Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. And there's enough information on it that I'm not willing to read it right now. So
Telegraph Avenue, not to be confused with Telegraph Road, a terrific Mark Knopfler song. Very good song to listen to in the car because it's like 13 or 14 minutes long. Yeah, I'll have to go back to that one. But yeah, he's driving to Oakland. Yeah, I don't know. I want to go back to that one.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I like the first one in general. I think it goes better together. Sweatpants and 3005 are two of my favorite songs. Yeah. Like those two going back to back are definitely solid in the middle of the album.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like if you're like if someone, because you said you don't like Telegraph Ave or you do. So like
it's not my favorite.
So if you have someone like Joe that's not like a massive fan of it, and then you kick it in with Sweatpants, and then you go then you go into something else to get you back into it.
Right. Definitely.
Hold your
Sweatpants
attention.
definitely got it. Sweatpants has like some of the funniest lines.
Yeah,
like throughout the whole freaking thing.
Like,
there's too many to even.
Yeah,
say
there's so many. I got a penthouse on both coasts pH balance because it's on both coasts.
pH. Penthouse.
I started to write one of the lyrics that I wrote, and then I heard another one. They heard another one, so I just like crossed out some great lyrics. Like fuck it,
fuck this thought.
I could be wrong, but Telegraph Avenue opens with "All the gas, I am ready to pass." That he wasn't referring to,
foot on the gas.
Yeah. Foot on the gas.
Oh, the gas.
I am ready to pass.
I'm about to fart. Yeah. Hold up, I got to fart. I haven't heard No Exit or Earn in so long that I'm gonna go into a separate room and know what it starts off like.
So good because we're on to a new record now, so we don't know if we have the correct side.
Yeah,
or not,
that's what I mean. That's
bullshit.
why I'm gonna go look at it. So the next one is No Exit.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for here.
I can tell you right away if it's No Exit or not.
Okay, just before the production on this is top notch. I think it's important, by the way, we're talking about like to have kind of lulls and stuff, like to do different. I think that's important.
It's a roller coaster.
Because Sweatpants doesn't come in as hot if there's not
the
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
a lot of rappers do
he
that.
kind of treats it like professional wrestling. You got to have that match in between, or anything in between. While some like rock groups or like metal things is trying to be like a UFC fight, where it's like we hit the main card.
The main event.
It's the main card. We're going song, and we're just trying to go. Well, he's like, listen, we got a 3-hour show, dude. We're gonna go We're gonna go here, then we're gonna go here. We're gonna hit these feelings and these things. But yeah, that's if you know me well. I like well produced things more than anything.
Sure.
It's not lyrically. I like his lyrics to make me giggle, but I like well produced. That's why I like A Vampire Weekend, and that's why I like and we talk about Kanye. I like Kanye because all of his stuff is very well produced. So
It is.
that's why that's usually where I go.
And like I said earlier, it just goes to show, like, multi-talented. Like, he fucking produced this and is rhyming. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And also better than Kanye. I will just add.
All right.
Colin's like, disagree.
We've gone over it. I'm not,
Don't go, gotta know, please don't run away. I'm a murderer. What does that change? Man is a star bound to a body inside of me. 20 million degrees. Burn a man to his knees. Let it out in a hurry, bought a McFlurry and half of a nap with high round laughing. I'm satisfied, but I'm dying. I'm still alive. Strange position. I'm in a good mood. So good I'm gonna kill that spy. That's why the kind of things that they told me I'm only I'm only to finally get it. They go home, knock on the door, hold all the clothes, watch the lights, turn on the lights, look at the red loose. Wow. From this, and almost lost it. When you're not inside darkness, it's hard to see. We are cold water. Just hold me close, my darling. How old are you? Saying that you never date older dudes. Why I never want to say no to you? The cold street, the holy groove, but no kids, no hoes, no you still cold, no you still old goose. I'ma walk out, wanna walk through. What about dude? Make sure you ain't guessing.
Is it real? Cause you're all love.
I'm a freaky bitch. I am 5 foot 390.
390?
When every marriage is a same-sex marriage. Same sex every day, monotonous. Lost God, never prayed, forgotten us. Lost love, never safe, just like our parents. Too much power, ain't enough power. Brain splattered like I'm falling off a watchtower. And anybody could walk into any Denny's and wait till I'm walking in it with a gun today, 3D printed and finish it. Kennison said if you gon' miss heaven, why do it by 2 inches on money and new bitches?
And that's side C.
That was a weird side.
Really? You think that was weird?
A little weird.
Got a little dark.
Yeah, no. The first
Yeah, what were the songs there?
started with
No exit.
No Exit.
It almost just flowed together so much.
Yes,
couldn't
I had
even pick
such
out
a
anything,
difficult
like-
time
Yes.
with
I
that.
can't even think of anything that sticks out.
But the funny thing is that flowed because of just how crazy it was. Because it was just like different distorted sounds and screaming.
Yeah.
It was definitely a theme. There was.
Yeah.
So, have you read the script?
No, I've never read the script through listening.
That's very cool.
No, it definitely does sound like a cool premise. I don't know how you would do it on vinyl. Would you literally lift the needle off and then try to place it in the same spot and over? Because you can't like pause it like you can a CD.
You actually have to learn to speed read.
Yeah. The song's playing.
Yeah, it's more like you'd have to listen to it kind of before and kind of go through that.
Kinda
Once
in
you're
your head.
familiar, yeah, well, yeah. But I mean, once you're familiar with it, then you can just play it and you know kind of what's going on, you know. But
So what? Any takeaways from the individual songs, or because it blended in so much, there's not really much you can do?
so No Exit was interesting. Was that the one about the recluse?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was really clever.
Yeah, that song is just bonkers in my opinion. I don't. Besides like Miguel's part, It's just.
Don't you feel like they could have used Chris Brown? He could have did a better job.
I mean, it's the same sounding voice. Miguel's probably cheaper and doesn't get you a PR nightmare.
That's
so.
true.
Right.
Very true.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Miguel.
Is that Chris Brown? No,
now,
it's
now,
Miguel.
if it was dancing, I'd go Chris Brown.
Oh yeah, if you were going to do the music
If
video
you
with
were
the
doing a
song.
music video, then you'd do Chris Brown.
Yes.
So content-wise, what are we talking about there? He's talking about being a murderer. He's going to kill the brown recluse. Is that all it is?
No. I feel like it's more like inner demons, like because he talks about like him. Isn't the beginning of the song like him awake at night, like laying in bed, seeing a spider in the corner? That's a brown however you say that. Recluse.
No, that's a dangerous spider. Is that the implication there?
No, the implication is he's a recluse, and he's in the corner. He's the brown recluse in the corner.
Can't sleep. 3 a.m. Stare at the ceiling. Murder the feeling. Yeah, let me see. I thought there was something.
Because doesn't recluse mean like you? What does it mean?
You stay inside.
Stay inside.
And his skin color is brown, so he could be talking about himself.
Yeah, brown. Yeah, he's in the corner. He literally.
Well, as far as it didn't respond when I texted you last night. You all right? You know what I mean? Like,
it's very clever.
The last song, I think it changed. Like, does it change 2 times or 3 times? Like sound wise.
Oh, Flight of the Navigator? No.
No.
Zealots of Stockholm.
I think it changed 3 times.
Because I think it's describing each girl that he's talking about. Because at the beginning of each verse, he says a girl's name, and then describes like the freaky one and all that stuff. Like
390 pound.
5'8", 390 pounds.
Whoa, big gal.
The Flight of the Navigator was very quick, correct?
No, so Death by Numbers was right after No Exit, and that was 44 seconds. And so that was an interesting in combo to that because the lyrics are just basically like nobody has to know, we'll let it slide. I thought it was a cool like in tandem to the No Exit. No, Flight of the Navigator was the we're all cold water.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I have mixed feelings on that one. I don't know about that one.
Flight of the Navigator?
Yeah. What I write? My notes.
Apparently, if I read the screenplay, it helps describe the lyrics more.
Okay. That makes
Right
sense.
there,
I mean, he didn't include all that.
the recluse thing. Genius.com sponsor again.
Yeah.
Is
shout out.
helping us describe these lyrics and.
Thank you to Genius.com.
Well, does anybody have as Flight of the Navigator? We're all cold water. Why? It's like we're all cold water. Why bother? In terms, Well, that's the. I'm just asking. I mean, because.
What are you asking? Like, what he means?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the only thing I can think of is cold water sinks.
Wait, what's the
Wait a
second
minute.
part? We're all cold water. What?
Hold on.
What else could
Hold
he
on.
mean by that? We're all cold water. The only thing I can think of significance to what else is he talking about in the song?
We are all cold water. Why try at all? Why bother?
Yeah, because you sink no matter you're more. You're
more dense.
In science, you're more dense. You just sink no matter what.
I'm not aware of this difference between cold water and warm water.
Well, it's the same thing with
Cold
warm air and
hot
cold air.
Did you learn anything in science class?
No.
Crooks?
Warm
No.
air rises?
You don't know this?
Come on, Crooks.
No, what are you guys talking about? You're acting like you're. What the hell? Like this is common knowledge.
The thermohaline currents, Colin Crooks.
Weather?
Weather? The fuck?
Colin, fucking tornadoes. Seriously?
So, hold on.
Educate yourself on tornadoes.
If you put hot water, 900 million degrees,
Whoa.
in a cup, which would be gas at that point.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude. Well, what's the boiling
70
point?
degrees, 70-degree water in a cup, and then you pour 13-degree water, or 31-degree
Thank you.
water in a cup. The 31-degree water will sink to the bottom.
Put ice cubes in your.
Okay.
just means that-
That makes sense.
Cold water's dense because it's never mind. It just sinks. That's
Particles
what I'm
are
trying
closer together.
Yes.
But okay. See, I thought you were making like if I jumped into cold water, I would just immediately sink to the bottom. But if it was warm water, I could just float around.
Float around.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No. Cold water itself sinks.
All right.
We're all cold water,
We're sinking.
Colin. We're all sinking down.
Why try it all? Why bother?
Why try?
So deep.
Why about it? Yes.
So did you guys have a favorite track from that side officially? Because each one, it seemed like you had one that stood out to you.
I think No Exit.
No Exit.
Yeah. Yeah, the bass gave it a nice dark tone. I like it.
Absolutely. Jake liked Death by Numbers.
Yeah.
I like the one
Short and sweet. 44 seconds long.
95 pounds.
Zealots.
Zealots was good.
I think I like Zealots the most. In this side.
That was the one about the girlfriends, the three
Yes.
girlfriends.
Yeah, I like the changing of the tones and everything.
Okay, let's dig into the lyrics on that one a little bit because that was interesting.
Because I like No Exit's beat and the message behind it. It's just, I think that's the one where when he's rapping, it just kind of like stacks on top of each other. That doesn't flow well with me.
Sure.
It just kind of like it's kind of like it's like he's panicking, which could be like part of the song and everything like that. But it doesn't flow as well as the other songs because it's just like da 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 da, and then like you can't really get a grasp of what's happening. The Miguel comes in the cool, calm demeanor and everything.
Interesting.
What are you looking at lyrics-wise?
Well, okay. So first of all, free information, because that's the song's called "Zealots of Stockholm." Free information in parentheses. So that's short.
I have no idea. That's just when the beats.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it says free information, but yeah, but all of them are about a song and just how he would describe a hangout with the song.
Well,
Or
again,
not a hangout with the girl.
Well, keep in mind, I mean, he's sticking to the theme throughout the whole record too, which is the internet, right? I mean, the album's called Because the Internet.
Profiles.
Yeah, that's how I'm taking it, right?
5'8",
Yeah.
location, a little bit about myself.
Yeah.
I'm a freaky bitch.
Yeah.
The verse after that is young girl with an accent, with her back bent, ass out to the whole world.
Hey.
It's like a Snapchat photo.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I also like I don't know what has to do with the internet, but in The Worst Guys, going back to that one, I like the fact that he's talking about how worse they are in multiple ways than just like, oh, they're bad guys. It's like they're bad in bed and they're bad as people because he's talking about how he can't get it up and everything.
Yeah, I couldn't finish.
Yeah. But
Bad
like,
guy.
this one is a different type of dating song, kind of like explaining what they would do. And I like that the one that's like just I'm a freaky bitch. That one only lasts like 4 lines.
Yeah.
And then everything else.
Thanks, man.
And then everything else in the song is like a story about like, oh, we chill till so and so and do all that.
Zealots it takes a turn at the end. It ends up very dark. He's talking about the anybody can walk into a Denny's with a gun that they 3D printed.
Yeah, I like that part.
That's nuts.
Yeah, because it's true.
But even the whole...
Because it's true. That's it.
The whole, like, the lyrics before that were even great, too.
Well, and then after that, Kinison said, if you're going to miss heaven, why miss by 2 inches?
Yeah.
First of all, nice reference to Sam Kinison, I assume he's talking about. And, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like why, if you're not going to be entirely good, why be good at all?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Go all the way.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you're going to miss it by this much, then fuck it.
Yeah, then you
They go shoot up a Denny's.
Yeah.
Well.
With a single bullet, single use, 3D printed gun.
All right. We got the last side. We got 4 more tracks. So.
Shit, I can't remember if I flipped it.
You didn't flip it before you drank a beer, if that helps. No, there you go.
Got it.
As my mind goes to and fro, waking up for one more show. We see him in the night. Tell him I'm not afraid of him. I'm not afraid of him, 'cause I won't know. Rainbows, sunshine. Rainbows, sunshine. How could you ever question? They know better to mention. The budget truck ain't just enough to make her pay attention. The who, what, why, and where. They sport the flyest pair. She got the nicest hair, and she know life is better with this liquor. It's crazy how the world look different. It's crazy how the girls look different. The colors and the sound so vivid. You never catch your boy go pimpin'. You sitting on the sidewalk and that don't sound right. But as long as I look fly by prom night.
20K, yeah, at the very least for sure. And they say there's no way I should stay with someone like you, but I don't know. There's no way I can stray, gotta stay with someone like you. 'Cause I know one day you could take me away.
See, now I don't wanna see an error, an error, an error. See, now I just wanna live forever and ever. Maybe it's the last night. Break free from all of the insides, the godless, denied us. But we don't give a damn about the next day. We were never here, never know the world changed. Common sense, the consequences. Retweet the truth and regret the mentions. We are the wildest survivors of days gone. Slaves to the unnamed, never live long. Live and die by the line, never go fear. Even I'm a survivor, is it unfair? Is it unfair? Cause I don't care. When I step on an end on the grass. Progress, only thing that'll last. Man made the web, you don't need a name. Man made a box, I ain't too ashamed. Every thought I had, put it in a box. Everybody see it, just avoid the cops. Trolling these niggas. We rolling these niggas. They mad cause they don't know any better. Hold up, it's the kid. Quit, tell him he can't sit with us. Fuck it, got money. Bought friends like I'm TBS, BBS. I can see it all with the clarity. Real deep. Hope they dig a nigga before they bury me. Even though we were told to go where they wouldn't go. Hella slow, that's that dial up. Watch it pile up. Blah. Met this girl at a dinner, we conversating. She beautiful in the face, but her voice is truly amazing. Plus she write her own shit, becoming so close-knit. Smoke up and talk in the evening, she helping me focus. No Anna Nicole Smith, she getting hers. Niggas take her props like a musical, live and learn. She said she feel alone all the time, I'm similar. I meet her in my dreams on the moon, I visit her every night, I text her. I wanna solve the world, I think I need your help. She texts me, how you gonna trust somebody when you don't trust yourself? I mean, she right though, 45 like a light bulb. And I could've died like my iPhone, but I kept going like a psycho. And I took chance like a dice roll, dropping jewels like it's puberty. Wrote a note on the glass and see what these labels do to me. Text said I'm wet, I said hold up, wait a minute. H2O plus my D, that's my hood, I'm living in it. Never forget this feeling, never gonna reach a million. Eventually all my followers realize they don't need a leader. Stay on your own shit, fuck what these clones think. Just remember you the shit, but act like it don't stink. We were childish, but had to grow up. When you spitting real shit, eventually you grow up. Reality's like allergies, I'm afraid to go nuts. Like the biggest troll, but the joke is on us.
Very good.
Brought it back with that last song, as far as I'm concerned.
Last two.
Yes.
Big
Yeah.
fan. Actually, Pink Toes was also great.
Yeah. The birds were a nice touch in that song.
Brought him back.
The second to last, Earth, the oldest computer, the background, and then the bass also just made it perfect. Like, it was this really, like, high-pitched, like, otherworldly, like, cosmic synth in the background, and then this heavy bass. It's just, like, it was very, very impressive. Like, almost, I don't know. It made me think of creation and things, you know. Just,
Yeah. No, it's definitely a strong suit with him. And I think the last two songs, lyrically, again, were just out of this world.
very strong.
Especially with the last song. I was telling Colin, I forgot the line, but I love it so much, is when he goes, H2O plus my D, that's my hood, I'm living it. Because it's H, two O's, and then his D is his hood.
Yeah, fuck.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. He does that in either Freaks and Geeks or Bonfire. If I ever have the chance to bring that over at some point, you'll see he does that a lot with one of his other songs too.
Yeah, he totally got that, like, lyric, that one over my head.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you, like...
A lot of them do. You gotta, like, sit and listen to this, like...
It's definitely, like,
with
a
lyrics
record
definitely helps,
I have
for
this
sure.
record, actually. I bought it.
Yeah.
But I just never got around to listening to it because I was just, like, in a buying spree and bought, like, 50 albums. But if I had, like... I'll definitely give this one another listen. And I think one of my overall things, too, like, besides just that lyric was, like, his metaphors. His metaphor game's, like, real strong. Like, he's Lil Wayne level.
His metaphor.
Yeah.
game.
That's a, like Joe was saying, that's a style of rapping. That's like
where
a
you
skill.
hit on the
metaphor,
punchline.
And
too.
that's what Lil Wayne. That's what makes his music so, like.
It's like you're a comedian.
Yeah.
But also.
Yep.
It's like a comedian in rap form because you're hitting, like, you're kind of like telling, like, this scheme, and then you hit on the punchline, and then it's like a new scheme, and you hit on the punchline.
Well, I mean, just imagine your not entire life, but I think he went to like theater camp, and then he went to sketch comedy, which is all think on your toes. So when you're coming up with lyrics and everything like that, you can come up with it. It's kind of like I forgot what rapper was saying, but he says he said of all the actor rappers, he thinks Shia LaBeouf is actually the best freestyler who's been around, and he says he could actually beat like legit rappers because he's just like what comes up in his head with all of like his depression and what he grew up with and his schooling when it comes to acting and everything else. He's able to think quicker than other people could.
Isn't there a movie out about Shia LaBeouf?
His childhood, yeah, Honey Boy.
What's it called?
Interesting.
Just Do It?
Yes, Just Do It. I wish it was called that. No, it's called Honey Boy. That's a different thing. Back to the record, my bad.
No, that's funny because Sturgill Simpson on Joe Rogan's podcast also shouted out Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Said he was a legit rapper.
Yeah, which is funny. I can't wait till he has either his own rap album or he's featured on some, and then people get to hear it more. Because there's only like that one online. There's one clip where you can see him freestyling.
Sway in the morning.
Yeah, and it's really solid. But yeah, I think if it went. See, I like Sweatpants. So if we're picking sides, I think in my opinion, it goes 2, then 1, then 4, then 3.
Yeah, 3 is the worst, I thought.
I don't hate 3. I just 3 is
out of the
so
4,
different.
Yeah.
It's
No, that's fair.
experimental.
Yeah, that's
A
fair.
lot of beat switches and changes, and it's kind of hard to follow
Sure.
at points.
Sure.
That's how
Where side 1's more structured, you get something,
Yep.
Well, except for that the
Yeah, there's
first
a little bit of
interlude.
that on the first.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
definitely, if we're just picking like album. Like the first album is definitely better, obviously, because I said 2 than 1. But that's only because my favorite song's on 2, so I could have a little biasy there. But with you guys first time listening, do you guys have a side or something that really that you not dug deep, but you definitely enjoyed more than another?
Certainly side 2, but side 4 was also
brought it home.
Yeah. I don't think worst was I think a harsh word. I think out of all of them, it probably
but
wasn't.
I mean, yeah, it is very harsh for sure.
Yeah,
was
I'll definitely still.
interesting.
I listen to it every now and then, but it's not like my go-to. Like if I'm in the car, I don't think I'm digging up many things from side 3. If it comes on in my shuffle, I'm never gonna pass it. Really, maybe the one that's 5, Fly the Navigator, I might pass. But other than that,
I'm all over the place.
I couldn't. I thought, yeah. I was very confused by Flight of the Navigator. I thought it was very quick, and then Zealots to Stockholm was extraordinarily long, but it was flipped.
Yeah,
I couldn't. I did.
Yeah. It's always tough with concept records. Like I had the benefit of like the lyrics, so I could see when a song ended and when a new song began. So I was kind of on it. But yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, if you were just playing along, you were just hoping for the best, or not hoping for the best, but just like I don't know when it's gonna go.
Well, and with something like this, I mean, he meant it like that, right? Like it's a piece. You know what I mean? It's not really supposed to be song.
One, song
It's,
2, song
yeah,
3.
right. That's just kind of how it has to go. But
I mean, that's why it comes with a full-fledged script. Like,
Right.
yeah,
That would help. Lyrics would help. All that would help.
Well, so that's what I thought too. Like I definitely liked. I didn't have it split up by side necessarily, but I thought I liked it a lot at the beginning, and then it went kind of down, but it got more introspective and interesting, and you know what I mean. Like I couldn't really follow it all, but obviously with the script and all that, like I have to.
And I imagine if you asked Donald himself, he probably would choose Vinyl 2 of the 2 because he probably thinks he could dive deeper into his own psyche or something like that. Because that's what it is. I mean, it's kind of like multiple of those songs dive into his own sanity for the most
The
part.
Brown Recluse. I go back to that song again. No Exit.
Yeah, and I think he had 2 songs in a row, and this is completely off topic, that referenced Star Wars, and I thought that was...
C-3PO.
Yeah, C-3PO I think is in the second to last song, and the last one has...
Akbar.
Admiral
Akbar.
Akbar backfired.
Yeah. That's our trap.
Yeah, which is cool that he put those 2 there.
Was he in Star Wars, like one of the newer ones?
He was in Solo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
But he played young Lando. But
which is very cool.
But this came out well before that. Also, I like in this one, I think...
What played Young Lando?
Yeah, he played young Lando. So did you see that then?
I did.
So you have seen him?
Nice.
Did you like young Lando?
I did.
There you go. I forgot which. It might be on the last one. Can you pull up the lyrics? I'm gonna try to pull it up. There was one line that.
I sure can. Thanks to Genius.com, I can pull up the lyrics.
Here.
And you can too for a month.
Hello, monthly premium.
If you type in promo code.
Yeah.
Recognize podcast. Yeah, I didn't catch that one when once you.
Oh yeah, I know what line you're talking about.
I like. That one's the one is you've been doing this shit for too long. That camp was a million years ago. Sing me a different song. When he's basically talking about the fans, because the song is about a troll. That's what the whole thing is about.
Life, the biggest troll.
Yeah, and so when people are talking, I don't know the difference. I think it might have been like 4 or 5 years in between camp and this. So, his fans or whatever, are just like, you're singing the same shit. What do you only got that? And I think it's interesting that he brought that up in the song as well. Yeah, I brought that up when you were away, and it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jake said that lyric.
Yeah, it went over his head, the H2O thingy.
Well, what'd you make of that? I mean, I know you brought it up. I was in the bathroom, but
Well, I like the wordplay in the sense of it's H2O because he's saying actually spell it out.
Okay.
So it's H2Os, and then my D. That's my hood. That's what I'm all about.
That went over my head too.
Yeah. It's not just water in my dick. That's my hood.
Well, but there's also the larger meaning of that's the world he lives in. Is that's all? That's sex is all it is. Kind of is that. That's what I took from it when he
Double
sang it.
entendre.
Yeah. No, there's Yeah, I mean, she right though. 45 like a light bulb. I could have died like my iPhone. Like all the stuff in that leading into that THO line is just
Yeah.
a whole bunch of I'm just reading over it now, my bad.
Yeah, but just my overall takeaway is just the production was top notch. I thought all the sounds he used and it all matched like the mood that the music set kind of matched the lyrics that he was going to continuously throughout the whole thing. I thought.
Yeah, nothing was off base in anything.
If it was a dark song, like it had that feel to it, like heavy bass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a composer. It's kind of like a composer for a movie, in the sense is when you watch a movie and you hear like a Hans Zimmer or John Williams.
Gives you a feeling, yeah.
It gives you the feeling without the words even being on the screen. If you were basically watching a silent film and you heard these, how should you feel?
Horror movies do really well with that.
Yeah, horror movies and all that stuff. So that's essentially what this was with all the songs and going into craziness and back out and yeah.
That was a big
Cool.
fan.
Well, what I said about Demons and Wizards last week is I like in that type of music how story. Well, first of all, this was kind of similar in some ways. As far as it's very story oriented. It's about this, or the whole album is a prequel to this book or a sequel to that book or something. But for this, what I liked. Even though there's a lot of references in this kind of music too. So he wrote a script for it, and there's a whole, there's that storytelling element too. But this how creative he covered so much ground on this. I don't know. It's just it's a very creative type of music.
Yeah, that's why a lot. I don't know if it's a lot. I know a lot of people dug his newest album that he released, where it was more R&B based. It's still well produced and everything like that. I wasn't the biggest fan, but I know a lot of people dig it. I forgot what the name of the album is called because I remember Redbone and some other songs, but I forgot what it is. But it's all R&B based, and all of his songs that he's released, besides "This Is America."
Yeah. Which is arguably plagiarized.
Arguably from one artist, but that album is more R&B, and he hasn't said he's going to go back to R&B. Actually, he says he's probably going to not use the name Childish Gambino anymore because he's just becoming a bigger star, and he kind of wants to put that in his past.
Do you know where he got the name from?
I was just going to ask the same thing.
Yeah, it's Wu-Tang name generator. Yeah, Wu-Tang name generator. Anything else? Are you officially
It's committed.
Oh yeah.
Any last words on it?
It's just been a while since we listened to rap, like I said. So I just I'm glad. Well, hey, I mean we got more too. We've talked about a lot. We can get to. There's a J. Cole record that both Joe and I have that we've never gotten to yet, even though we have done a few J. Cole records. Yeah, I did the production top notch.
Yeah.
You know.
Production and metaphor. I'll tell you what. I can scream. It's fine. I can scream into the mic.
Peeking.
Testing. Testing.
Do y'all have any?
No, the production was mind-boggling. That was absolutely wonderful. I am not a big fan of rap. I don't dislike it, but I don't actively seek it out. But I am certainly downloading many of these songs.
Right.
I was a tremendous fan.
Cool.
Sweatpants, 3005, Earth and Life, Pink Toes. Yep. Maybe Worse Guys.
Yeah.
I just want to hear Worst Guys because
Worst Guys was good.
Yeah, I need those windshield wipers.
ASMR. Yeah, I
forgot
about that already. Joe?
Good album. Oh, there's a lot of songs that I knew previously. Like I think Colin said, it's like a roller coaster. Like it kind of walls at some point, and then comes back up, and then kind of goes again. Yeah, I'd like to follow along with like lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I thought
that would make the experience better.
I thought like the side C, side D were worse than the beginning, but if I'm following along with the script and all that and looking at the lyrics, it might be terrific. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was just different.
And like I was saying, worse is definitely like a harsh term because it's not like it's far and I do like the first record better, but there's nothing wrong with the other one. It's not like the last one is completely unlistenable.
No.
In a sense of, there's definitely tracks here or there that you can pick and choose.
Absolutely.
I like the jazzy vibes too. It's like kind of like beginning,
I love that,
like part, kind of, well, a little bit like, I guess kind of in the middle. But
was that a saxophone or like an oboe or something?
yeah,
that was played in
who did
Worldstar?
that solo, that saxophone solo? That was
which one?
crazy. At the end of
Worldstar and I think
one of
the last ones too
that's definitely a saxophone.
Is that Thundercat doing that?
It might be.
That was great.
Hold on, maybe it says who plays the saxophone in here.
That was awesome.
Alto sax by Jens Philipson.
Okay.
Yeah, that was great.
Let's see. Guitar in the Worst Guys is Ludwig Göransson, who produced almost all the songs with
that fucking guy, man. Weirdo name. He's got one of those what's I don't know what the symbol is, like over the O. Yes.
What was his name?
Ludwig Göransson.
Ludwig.
Is that when you put a Y?
Ludwig.
Göransson.
Yeah, every song except for the Shadows was done by just Donald Glover and Ludwig Göransson, because Shadows had Thundercat in it.
Nice.
But everything else is
Thundercat's an interesting guy.
Is Göransson and Gambino.
So one other thing was see these like the Roman numerals before each track. What's going on there?
I have no idea. It's also weird when you try to play the song on a record. I think that the Roman numerals is trying to tell you that like it's just like an interlude if it doesn't have it, right?
Does it go along with the script?
It must have something to do with that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
See, because like it's not necessarily in order. 1, 2, and then dial-ups and interludes. So there's nothing.
Because if you try to do Shadows, like I've tried to play it over my Alexa when I'm like cleaning or something. And it will go 2 Shadows by Childish Gambino. It's like, well, it's not 2 Shadows. It's just Shadows because it's 2 Roman numerals.
Oh, dude, yeah, maybe line up all the ones or something. Maybe they go together in like some sort of narrative or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it broken down like paragraphs and notes?
Maybe.
I know what you're trying to say.
I'm not 100% because it does just go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, it's just funny because like we all basically everything we said was like the production was great, but there's still so much we're missing. You know what I mean? Like in terms of what he did here. So that's all. That's the. I had heard This Is America. That was my only exposure to
Really?
Childish Gambino to this point. I had never heard anything else.
Wow. You haven't even heard
ever.
Redbone?
No.
Oh, to me that
Well,
was like
maybe
one
I
of the better
did. I don't
songs of the
know.
last decade.
That's on like one of his newer records.
Awaken My Love.
Yeah, see, that's the one that I couldn't get. I didn't remember the name of off the top of my head. But yeah, Awaken My Love. Yeah, apparently also, the Roman numerals I think go with the script.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm going on Reddit real quick to try to see. Part of the script. The ones without Roman numerals are transitional tracks plus the library. Each set of numbers is in a new act in the screenplay.
Makes sense.
So you're supposed to play all the ones in one with the first act, all the ones in two with the second.
See, that's cool. I love the depth there, Wait, and then again, that sort of explains the no track listing on any side. It's kind of, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
It's not necessarily in the order you're supposed to listen to it. You know what I mean? Like
right, because we're
you
literally
group 'em.
listening to song 1, song 2, song 3.
Yeah.
And he's attending it to be something totally different.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to listen to it, plug on this, becausetheInternet.net, you can download the script if you wanted to. If you wanted to read along and listen.
Well, that fair. As far as the record, did you get this at work or where'd you?
Oh, I got this at work.
Okay.
Yeah, someone traded in used. I got a discount, so I got my discount on it.
Nice.
So.
I want to note as well that I've got on the cover of the album. It's just Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, in a sort of like a vacation-y looking shirt.
Hawaiian shirt.
I want to say I have a very similar shirt myself.
He looks great.
Well, it does. No, he does. I mean, it's mine has rhinos on it, which I don't see on his shirt, which is
Rhinos are extinct.
Lies.
Fake news. Fake news from Kyle.
Nope.
The white rhino is extinct.
Official. I thought I made myself clear. Metaphors and production.
His metaphor game. Yeah,
strong.
You did see that.
Very strong.
Yeah.
No, I definitely thought it was like my overall opinion of the record was like he had his lyrical moments for sure, but this was definitely like I'm not surprised he came out with the record he did after this, because this was a production experiment was what this was in my eyes. Like it was excellent production. It was really good. And I mean, and was this his first record? Like you said, he had a couple EPs, but this is his first like LP.
Bonfire.
Camp was the first.
Camp.
Oh, okay. Well,
Bonfire's
He's
on
had
Camp.
other EPs, but Camp
yeah,
was
this
a full-fledged album.
this was a very interesting and production-wise was very well done. So that's my main takeaway was production quality from this record.
Yeah, this is more of a concept album than Camp is.
Yeah.
I mean, Camp is kind of
Love concept record.
Camp is too, but
All right. Well, I think that's it. Again, so we're just gonna push my turn to next week, and then Joe's will be after that.
good. Perfect.
I'm not. I am excited.
No, it is because I got records to trade in. I
Yeah,
got records
yeah.
to buy, and stuff like that.
No, I'm excited. If I do, I'm on the fence. But if I go with the Warren Zevon record, I will tell you guys, I'm thrilled. I played the original one I had.
Yeah.
Versus the new one I had. The new one sounds. It's hard to describe how much better it sounds.
You can tell the difference.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
How just a remastered record, the depth. It's way better. So I'm excited if I do that one. But also, I did have the one that was on the table before we tried to switch tonight. So I'm excited about doing that one too. But in any case, we'll leave it a surprise. But we'll be back next week, next Friday.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. All right, that wraps it up. Thank you for listening to the Record Night Podcast. If you're listening on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. If you have suggestions for an album you think we should listen to, please leave a comment below. Or if you're interested in reaching out to the podcast, you can do so at recordnightpodcast@gmail.com. For Jake, Joe, and Kyle, I'm Colin. Once again, thank you for listening.
Jake makes me so fucking mad. I can't